Hey, it's me. Today, I'm gonna be doing something that you guys asked me to do. So a bunch of people in the comments have been asking me to customize an apron.
They said it was a good idea, and I'm here listening to them.
I wouldn't put it in the comment bomb category. It really wasn't that. It was just a few respectful people asking. And I think the thought is that this apron that I customize in this video is the apron that I will wear in my Bake With Me series. I don't do those videos a whole lot, but there are some people who are very passionate about them. Next time I do one, I'll wear this magical apron that I've customized, and I don't know, that'll make you happy. Now, I do want to make things a little bit more interesting. I am having an apron customization competition. Me versus myself. So it's just me in the competition, in case you're confused. I am going to customize and design 2 different aprons. Wow! And they will compete against each other. You guys are gonna be able to choose the ultimate winner. I think this makes it a little bit more fun. Let's get into customizing aprons. All right, so I have my first apron here. It's plain. It has pockets, but that's pretty much it. Nothing else to see here. I'm gonna start this process by covering my surface with a sheet of plastic. I'm tie-dyeing. Tie-dye. Breathe. Relax. 2-minute tie-dye, in fact. I've done a few videos using this type of tie-dye. Remember the to-go boxes and all that? Yeah. So I need my apron wet. Here it is. Can't really tell, but it's wet. Okay. And it actually just occurred to me to check the tag on this because tie-dye only works on certain kinds of fabric. It's only 35% cotton. Uh-oh. I'm not enough of a tie-dye expert to say concretely if it's gonna work, but I do know enough to say it may or may not. So what's the consensus, team? Anyone have any input here? Anyone? We're gonna risk it. We're going in. I'm gonna scrunch this up and rubber band it to secure it in a nice little pizza. Put that to the side. Then I'm gonna take the competitor apron. Oh boy, look at him. Are you worried at all about this guy? Because he looks pretty good. This one gets the same exact treatment, and we got both. They're neck and neck right now. And boing! Oh, shook my camera a little bit. I have gloves. I'm gonna put those on. I'm doing something a little risky here, okay? It's called dual tie-dye. A dual tie-dye, a dual. I don't know. Basically, I'm just gonna tie-dye both aprons at the same time. We need a little distance between them. That's making me nervous. This is called a barrier of protection. Some people may call it a paper towel, but it's disrespectful and it's slang. On the left side, pinks. On the right side, blues. Wow, this is so intense. So I'm gonna start over here with the blue, just going all willy-nilly with it. Willy-nilly. Willy-nilla. Going all willy-nilla. That's my new version of willy-nilly. And I am using 2 different shades of blue to get a little variety. I am really going for a blue look, if you couldn't tell. But I've had issues in the past with this technique leaving me with these big white spots. Not today. I am saturating this thing. There will be no white spots. I'm gonna keep dyeing and keep dyeing and keep dyeing. Oh, hello, a puddle. Okay, I think that's enough. Go ahead and just wipe my hands on the paper towel. Oh, sorry. Barrier of protection. And moving to the pink side. I started with this pink. I do not trust this pink at all. It is weak. Then I tried this pink. Oh, it's making me sick. That is a peach. That is clearly a peach. Nothing wrong with peach as a color, but just not today. So it looks like this is my only option. Hopefully the color does fade a little bit because boy, that is bright. Whoa, look at the time lapse of the paper towel soaking up the dye. It's art. Now I just soaked this apron as well. Briefly became a masseuse and started massaging the dye in. I don't really know what that's gonna do. The dye is clearly just leaking out of it and I'm still adding more, like a bleeding heart gushing with blood. And oh, look at that. I've killed a whole bottle of dye. I killed dye. The ultimate murder. The 2-minute tie-dye method means that these aprons need to be microwaved in these little boxes. And I guess that does some magical so that the dye works. I don't know. I didn't invent it. Once they've been washed and dried, ta-da! And wow, I got really decent coverage with the dye this time. This is the best of my 2-minute tie-dye portfolio. I guess there's something to the puddle technique. This is just phase 1 of the customization. I chose blue and pink blue and bink. What color is bink? Can I please invent the color bink? This is the color bink. I chose blue and pink for the tie-dye because everything looks good on blue and pink. Even me. Put me on green, yikes. But on blue or pink,
I am pleasant.
that's a joke. I don't look good on any color. I'm gonna go in one at a time now. I'm gonna be focusing mostly in the pocket areas. So I came up with my idea, went ahead and sketched it out, and then bata boom, I'm painting. So I've decided to bring in my characters for this design. Two of the classics here, Pickle and Derp. Since I seem to have so many struggles in the baking category, I thought it would be nice to have some little companions out here to help me, just right there in my pocket. So Pickle, like the little sweetheart he is being very helpful, and he's handing me a cherry to add to the top of whatever I'm baking. I'm sure it's a beautiful masterpiece. They always are. Derp, on the other hand, is being a little less helpful. It seems that he has found himself some chocolate, frosting, cake batter, who knows really. Pfft, typical Derp. Clearly he's enjoying himself here. I kept the design pretty simple, but I do want to add a black outline, which was not the easiest thing in the world. In fact, it was hard, okay? The texture of this fabric is pretty intense, so creating a perfectly smooth line was darn near impossible. I was panicking a little bit, in fact, like, ew, it's ugly, but I tried to get it looking as decent as possible. It doesn't look perfect up close, but I think when you step back a little, no further. Doesn't that look good? Hey, let me interrupt for a quick sec. I do not have a new product to show you because, as I said in my Blob plushie launch,
Remember those?
I've already released all the products that I'm going to release this year. However, I do want to let you know that it is Black Friday, if you didn't already know. My store is having a big sale. It's going to be 5% off of everything. Plus, there are going to be select items that are even more discounted. And remember those blind boxes that I released a little while ago? This week only, you can get the full set of characters all at once. We have a small amount of full sets of characters set aside for whoever gets to them first. After that, you can only get the minifigurines as blind boxes. If you were intending on getting anything that's in my store right now is definitely the time to do it because 1, everything's discounted, 2, everything's in stock, but I cannot promise that they will stay in stock once people start buying things up. Thank you so much for listening, and let's get back to customizing. Now that Pickle and Derp are complete over here, I'm just removing this tape.
Ooh.
And moving to the other pocket on the apron. On this side, I'm shoving 2 more characters into my pocket, and it's gonna be Derek and Cupie. He's also holding a cherry. He's trying to hand it to me in order to be helpful. The thing about Derek is he's usually doing something that looks nice, but then you realize he's actually just kind of making trouble. The only reason he's deciding to be helpful is because he's trying to one-up Pickle. He wants to get there first. He wants to be the favorite. Notice how he's holding the cherry just a little bit higher than Pickle. The other thing you gotta question is, where did he get this cherry? Well, look what's happening over here. Notice anything different about Cupie? Her cherry is gone. Derek stole Cupie's cherry. That doesn't sound like a good thing. You can see here, Derek has got a paw over Cupie's face. And then Cupie's like, oof, Derek. You gotta love him, but also watch out for that guy. Once all the characters were complete, I felt like I wanted to just add a little something to give it a bit more energy. Also, I splattered paint in a couple different spots. I need to cover those up. I added some stars and polka dots to kind of like make it look like it had some action. And it's like, bing, stars and stuff. Just like that, this apron is finished. You know, it's simple, but I do gotta say, I love the little story behind it. I love the fact that I can get some of my little guys to help me bake. I do want to actually try it on and see what I've done here. Just securing that. Ugh. Gosh. So here it is. From the sides, I like it. It's actually really cute. However, the design from the front view, I don't know. I feel like maybe there's something lacking here. Also, didn't think about how when I put my hand in my pocket, I'm cutting off Cupie's hands. Although that seems to be giving me joy at the moment. Also, standing with my arms down completely covers the design. Didn't think about that. I do really like the design though, and I'm pretending to take the cherries now. And yep, okay. You know, I feel like I was kind of doing an okay job with the modeling. For me, this is good. But then there's this. I just had to. It's time to move on to competitor number number 2. Jumping right into my design, I know just what I'm gonna do here, okay? I'm here with the chocolate paint. Hello, come join us. With this design, I really wanted to communicate how big of a chaotic mess I am when it comes to my baking endeavors. So I painted chocolate drips coming down from the corner as if I've just splashed frosting or cake batter all over myself. That's where Derp got it. And then I am gonna add something right in the center of the apron. I'm painting a cupcake, but this is no ordinary cupcake. It's a tragic cupcake because the icing is all dripping and melting off the cupcake. Look at that cherry. It's fallen to its death, and you can see the struggle here. Since this is a competition between the aprons, I wanted to go for 2 very different styles. Instead of the clean, cartoony, outlined look, I'm gonna go for more of like a painterly look. I like this design because I feel like you would never see something like this existing in the world, okay? Any apron that had any sort of baked goods design on it is probably gonna have perfect little baked things that are cute and beautiful, but this one is instead showing the very messy, chaotic side of baking, which I like. From here, I'm adding some juicy highlights, and then of course, sprinkles. Come on, let's hear it. Nice. After I painted the sprinkles, I went in and added some little shadows around them to kind of incorporate them into the frosting a little bit more. And then I just want to add a little more of a mess down here, okay? Go for it. So we are in a competition here, and you guys are going to be able to choose who wins. I'm going to put up a poll in the community tab on YouTube. Right after this video is posted, it'll be available. So that's where you can go to vote. Now don't do that yet. You haven't seen the finished design yet. Right now, I am doing just the finishing touches on this, and here it is. It's ready. This is hard because I really do love this design. I think it's cute. I love the messy chaos of it. Here's what it looks like on, and yes, I do feel like it looks better on than the other one. It just feels more complete and like, okay, I'm trying to talk here and it's really distracting what you're doing. Now I'm spinning. I'm wondering if maybe I should put an option in there where I could like switch off between the 2 aprons. Choose both, but I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. So let the battle begin. I'm gonna name this one Chaotic Cupcake, and this one will be Derek Steals a Cherry. I also may or may not include the option for both. So what's it gonna be? I'm very curious to see which apron wins. Thank you so much for watching. It's time to head over to the poll now. Do your civic duty and vote, and I will see you next week. Bye!